Hey guys, Marsling here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and I can't believe it's taken me this long to get this video out. There's been so much to do, so many units to showcase. I'm finally getting around to doing the full Dragon Ball Heroes team versus the GT Legendary Goku event. I wanted to break this down into two different videos. I'm going to do one focusing on the more super types team using God Trunks, and then we're going to do another one using Meki Kabura as well, because I want to show both of them off in this event because they are both fantastic units. So I have been link leveling some of the people on the team. As you can see here, Pan's mostly at 5s and 6s, God Trunks 7s and 8s with a 9, that's pretty good. Xeno Goku looking pretty decent as well. So because the Xeno Goku and the Xeno Vegeta both now infinitely stack their attack and defense, I decided to bring both of them because obviously, at least on this rotation, Goku will be buffing the Pan, and then obviously when Vegeta floats in, he'll be buffing the Trunks. And then on the opposite rotation, we're going to use two of the Super Saiyan 3s. So we're going to have the Trunks, who is fully rainbowed for me. He's getting close to being full level 10 links. He is an absolute defensive beast. And then we are going to be trying out the Gotenks as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put you in slot 1 here. He does actually link better with... Actually, yeah, we'll just put him in the middle. God Trunks will be perfectly fine here. Both God Trunks and the My One and the Friend are rainbow. The Friend is not particularly link leveled. I didn't really look at the link levels of the Friend when I was picking them. I just picked one that had some decent skill orb association, because I mentioned it before when his details came out, but you want to go full additional on this God Trunks, and I've already seen some unfortunate ones on the list with a lot of crit. So I definitely will have to cook up another unfortunate hidden potential choices video sometime soon. But fortunately, we take a super here from the... I think this is the only Goku in the first couple of stages that doesn't lower defense on super attack, so pretty decent. Obviously, God Trunks post super attack on a full Heroes team has a pretty ridiculous amount of HP, defense, so we are going to be pretty good most of the time here. And this is actually one of my first times outside of doing like a Super Battle Road run of getting to try out this Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Obviously, this isn't his best rotation here. He's not even going to get a chance to attack, because if Pan comes through with the crit, then obviously she takes out Goku here. Pan, of course, every time she dodges, her defense increases by 50%. She has a 50% chance to crit. She also can stun. Obviously not in this particular event, so she is another unit that you want to go pretty heavy on the additional. So we saw the double super there, and then Trunks, even without getting the crit, finishing off Goku here, so we can move on to the next one. So we're still a little ways away from getting our rotations set up exactly how we want them, but we will get to see a good turn here from the Super Saiyan 3 Trunks. So he's sitting at 200k defense at the start of the turn. He has a chance to guard. Obviously, he stacks his attack and defense for a few turns, and then the more he gets hit, he can increase his attack as well as the number of times he attacks. So when he's fully maxed out, considering the fact that when you're doing your team building, he should probably be considered a defensive unit, right? Like when you're planning out how to build your team, you're bringing this Trunks as a defensive unit more so than a damage dealer. But we're going to see he can actually get up to a pretty reasonable level of attack, especially when he's linked up with another Super Saiyan 3 and getting some of those Super Saiyan 3 specific links active. So God Trunks, type advantage here. Yep, double digit damage from the defense lowering super attack. Very, very good. And then Goku. Goku's not as good on this team build in terms of support, because I was running, the first time I tried out this team with this event before I'd link leveled everybody, I was using the Int Super Saiyan 3 Gohan linked up with Trunks. So obviously one of them is always getting the family support from their dad being on rotation, whereas now we're running Gotenks for this run, so of course he doesn't count for either of the family teams. But the Goku by himself, because of the greatly raising attack and defense infinitely, is obviously a very solid choice. He's good in other events where you can stun as well, because he has that as a super attack effect. But 6.89, this is Trunks' best rotation as well, by the way. So 6.89, or at least on this team. You could argue, because Supreme Kai of Time gives a little bit less support, but then does give the Godly Power link, so they are roughly similar. in terms of power for that rotation. But now we have the Super Saiyan 3 rotation. Limit breaking form activates when the super attack is ready to go. So, I mean, technically, yeah, it's better for Trunks to be in the middle. Although this rotation, not ideal in terms of the links here. So we'll go ahead and do this and then this, and let's see what we actually have active. So Trunks, we've got Super Saiyan over in a Flash limit breaking form. Obviously not that crazy. And then Gotenks Super Saiyan over in a Flash limit breaking form and Fierce Battle. So he's at least getting Fierce Battle from the Trunks. Gotenks is the only one of all the Super Saiyan 3 Awakenings or Easy A's from this celebration that has Fierce Battle instead of Shattering the Limit. So obviously Gohan does have a couple of links extra with this Trunks. But look at that. 3.5 million attack stat. Tanks for double digits. We get the crit. Let's go. That's without his guard activating as well. He's tanking for double digits. And then this is Gotenks' first super attack of the entire fight, and he's at a 3 million attack stat. So not too bad for him. Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is fully link leveled for me. You guys will remember, if you've been around the channel for a minute, that I link leveled him before the Heroes celebration in the hopes to put that out into the universe that he might get an Easy A, because obviously Heroes Easy A's weren't a thing at that point. So I'm not going to say I was directly responsible for it, but I mean, I did do that. I did do that video, and he was pretty terrible pre-Easy A. But now we have him. His Easy A is very solid. I'm still undecided on where I would rate all of the Super Saiyan 3s. I mean, obviously the 3 Easy A's are better than the new Awakenings, the Gotenks and Gohanks. Although they are both very good, but hard to compare, you know, Easy A, newly awakened units with Shattering the Limit to Easy A units, especially when one of them has Fierce Battle. I'll definitely do an updated showcase for that Tech Gotenks, because on a team having him linked up with the physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, like the youth one, they share so many links. So you imagine when we get that rotation set up and we have like the new AGL Gotenks, the 40% time limit support in slot 3, just how good this Tech Gotenks is going to look. So definitely something I will be doing very soon. Trunks' passive, wow, 5.38. I was about to say his passive fully built up now in terms of taking attacks. And then we get an additional super, 5.9 million. So 2 almost 6 million attack stat supers from this unit who is the tank of this rotation. That's pretty good. So Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. I mean, the fact that he can still, the fact that these units are just able to tank double digits against the Golden Ozaru with no items active is obviously pretty great as well. Let's go ahead and do this. It's actually worked out perfectly, because the one thing I will say about this team, the way we're running it, is Trunks is not a good slot 1 unit, so floating off one of the Trunkses is obviously not ideal, because when you get this rotation where you have double Trunks and Pan, you don't really want to put a Trunks in slot 1, but fortunately we didn't get any attacks in slot 1, so we get the crit, no double super, but in comes Pan. She obviously not a damage dealer, but as soon as you get 1 or 2 dodges, her defense is just going to be so high that you aren't going to need to worry about taking too much damage. And she is well suited for this particular event, because obviously when we get to the final stage, how much does this do? 197k, type neutral. Now, remember, before you go ahead and say, oh, he took 200k, this is this is the Golden Ozaru. This is the man right here that one-shots people with his super attacks. Oh no, I didn't realise the Dokkan attack was that close. Damn. This is the guy that one-shots people with his super attack. Sometimes even when they have type advantage. So Trunks, type neutral, that's not even half of our HP. So that is actually pretty impressive. No items active to only take that damage against the Golden Ozaru type neutral. Especially that rotation where we only had him linked up with Pan. I think they have like 2 links. They have like Patrol and Fierce Battle. So that's pretty good for God Trunks. Like, obviously people are have been underrating him not on the Heroes team, but when it comes to the Heroes team, it's pretty hard to argue that he is a rather busted unit. And obviously once you get to the point where Pan can't dodge anymore, one thing that I quite like to do with this team in the longer event is now we can switch this rotation and just keep Vegeta here. So Vegeta with his 300k defense, we can just use him as a main rotation unit now. Obviously, Pan can still dodge, so we could make this change once we get to the actual tech full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But with as powerful as Vegeta is built up now we can switch him onto main rotation. That allows him to build up a little bit faster as we get closer to the end, because he's now hitting an attack stat higher than Pan. And there's the additional. Obviously, you want to give him and Goku a lot of additional because they greatly raise on both their super attacks. 6.89 million. This is, of course, the god turn here for Trunks. Do we get the crit? Of course we don't. This is the turn, obviously. This is the phase where we need to get crits when Trunks has type disadvantage. So, of course, in a typical showcase curse fashion, this will be the phase. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get a single crit off of any of our god Trunkses against the in Super Saiyan 4 Goku, just because, but we'll see how it pans out. So we're able to get Fierce Battle again by doing this. Be interesting to see what Gotenks is going to take here. Gotenks has 157k defense. His defense is obviously going to go up again when he super attacks. I don't know if he's quite able to tank a super with no item active here though, so we are going to find out. Obviously, if anything, we really want Goku to super attack Trunks. His guard is not active. 4.8 million with no support. That is pretty good. The only downside, of course, I don't know how his passive seems to work, but it seems to be the case of if guard doesn't activate, it then doesn't activate throughout the rest of the turn. I'm not sure if it could have activated after his super in those following slots. And here's the triple super from Gotenks as well. He does have a built-in chance to additional for the first few turns, so obviously him coming onto rotation a bit late means we were able to still have that active here. Triple super from him, and then he tanked double digits from in Super Saiyan 4 Goku, so that is pretty impressive. And of course, just like I say, we don't get a crit on the super, we get a crit on the additional, typical. And then what do we take here? 286k. I mean, that's obviously quite a lot more, but that is type disadvantage super attack, so honestly I'm not too fussed about that. We're going to get the heal from the they don't share any extra links, do they? No, but they do link up pretty well together, so yeah, we should definitely keep them together like that. So we should be able to now, with the amount of defense that these guys have. Yeah, look at this healing. We don't need to pop an item, just boom. Get almost all of our HP back thanks to the same type orbs from that ridiculous defense from Xeno Goku and Xeno Vegeta. Very, very good. Can we crit? Yeah, there we go. Getting the actual crit super. I mean, he tanks normal attacks for double digits, so that is really, really good. But taking a type disadvantage super from a boss in one of the hardest events in the game, 280k. I mean, it's a lot of damage, but considering this team, pretty much everyone on most of the rotations tanks normal attacks for double digits. This is one of those teams that puts you in that very good position where it's very difficult to just die in one turn from full health, because there aren't many units on the team that are going to take so much damage from a single super attack that you just die, because all the other attacks, everyone's just taking double digit damage. So really, really good. So now we've got the support from Pan, of course a 40% support unit for heroes, 5.68 for Super Saiyan 3 Trunks. This guy's absolutely ridiculous, and now he's going to take a super. How much is he actually going to take here? Does he guard? He didn't guard. 48k type neutral. That's pretty good. And then Gotenks 5.16. That is very nice. No crit needed, because obviously our boy on the tiniest sliver of health. But see, this is the turn where this particular setup is not ideal. Like I said, having to end up in the situation where you have two Trunkses on rotation. But obviously, without any links active, this Trunks is not going to be quite as good. But he's still sitting at what, 140k? Oh, we've got the friend one. I should have put my one in there. Well, actually, my one's stronger, so him being in slot 3 is probably better. So he's got 138k. Remember, on super, this is just straight away going to go up to like 250. So he's already in a good position, even without any links active. He's just not going to be doing as much damage as he would normally. So Xeno Vegeta has got super high defense and type advantage. 30k. Yeah, that's fine. We take those. So what is his attack stat up to here? 2.6. Obviously, he's an infinite stacking unit, so I remember I posted a screenshot in one of my first runs of the Legendary Goku event. I'd had him on main rotation from quite early in the event, and I posted a screenshot of him with 1 million defense. And of course, all the spoil sports wanted to come in and comment, being like, oh yeah, look, a defensive stacker has really high defense. What a shock. It's like, yeah, but it's just fun. I'm not posting it to say, look at him, he's the best defensive unit in the game. I was just having a fun time with the new heroes units. And whenever you see a unit getting to 1,000,000 defense, it's still pretty cool, even if it is 18 turns into a long event. So I'm just having a lot of fun with this team. Honestly, the hero celebration, this has been the most fun I've had in the game in a long time. Like, the download celebration was hype. Obviously, Goku and Frieza are both super good. But for me personally, I love all the hero stuff. It always annoys me when I see one of my mods, I'll shout out to my boy Vector with his hit or miss takes on Twitter, but he always refers to heroes as fan fiction, which I guess partly it is because it's characters getting forms that they never got, but it is an officially licensed product, so it's not technically fan fiction either. But I absolutely loved heroes. Even when I was younger, I loved the idea of having like characters that didn't get Super Saiyan 3, seeing them in Super Saiyan 3 and stuff like that. So heroes has always been something that's been right up my street. And with this celebration, you know, we got the first ever Heroes EZAs. All the new units are good, even though obviously some people were a little bit disappointed by the choices, because not many people know who Mechikabra, Rebel, Brainwash, Supreme Guy of Time. These aren't characters that people are super familiar with, but all of these cards are super, super good and can work really well on other teams. With all the EZAs and Awakenings we got as part of this celebration, especially with them throwing in the extra love for the rest of the crossover category, with the Super Saiyan 3 Vegetas, Super Saiyan 2 Trunks, they finally all got Awakenings. 21 and 16 got EZAs. Like, this celebration has just been super hype, and there's been so much stuff to do. It's just been a lot of fun. So let me know what you guys think down below. Hopefully you have been enjoying it as well. So this should hopefully be the final turn here. Of course this is going to happen, but we've got the full support. So this is going to be the best turn for Trunks. The friend at 5.79. You can really see the difference that link levels make, considering mine is hitting over 6 mil and has his links. This guy's all at like 2s and 3s and mine's at 7s and 8s. So it really does show you the effects that link leveling can have. But I think if Vegeta hadn't got dodged, we probably would have ended the run here. So I guess that means we are going to have to go ahead and get the finish with Super Saiyan 3 Trunks, which seems appropriate considering the amount of work that he's put in this video. I've been very impressed with him. Like, him linked up with the Gotenks isn't even his best like rotation, so seeing him hit some of the numbers that he's hit in this video has been pretty insane. He's definitely one of the stronger EZA units out of the bunch, so I was very happy that in summoning on that EZA banner to try and finally get copies of like Baby Janemba and Super Pycon, I was actually able to rainbow him, because if he crits here, if he crit there, it would have been GG. The guard is active though, so we don't even need to worry about taking a super attack here. And then Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, 4.3 million. I mean, just thinking back to where he was pre-EZA, how bad he was, seeing those kind of numbers out of him is pretty hype. But I guess it's going to be quite fittingly up to God Trunks to finish off here, as we didn't get any crits in the earlier part of the rotation. And of course, we don't get another crit. This is what I get when I'm purposely trying to line up the showcase with like the outro of the video, and we don't get the finish. So I guess we'll go ahead and let the Xeno Vegeta get the finish here. If we link him up with Goku, yeah, he has a lot more links active. So where's his defense at the start of this turn? 662k. So there you go. We'll let Vegeta finish him off here. But there you go. That was the super type based heroes team, absolutely destroying the GT Legendary Goku event. We didn't use any items and we're finishing the run basically on full health. So this team is very, very good and very, very fun. And I will do an extreme version of this with the Mechikabra as well, because that team, I mean, he's just cracked. When he gets to link level 10 for big bad bosses, he is just going to be nuts. So I don't want to wait to do the video until then, but I do kind of want him to be at level 10 big bad bosses. He's at level 6, so we will see it active a bit during the video, I guess, as we drop health. But anyway, it seems like the emulator is going to do the thing again and lag and have a really long ending, so I'm not going to try and stretch out the intro to get to the stat screen. You all saw that we didn't use any items, so very strong run for this team. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.